today I'm going to be doing what I'm calling like an everyday makeup look, but it's like a little bit elevated because this is more than I do in my everyday. So for example, I just do like really quick, simple makeup because as I've mentioned before, like I snooze my alarm just like a bunch of times. So for me, it's like whatever I can throw on my face in 15-20 minutes. This is the weekend, so I have just like a little bit more time, but I don't want to do anything crazy because it's still the morning. I just have other things to do today. So the only thing that's really different between this and like my actual everyday makeup is that I'm going to be doing like eyeshadow, like probably like a little bit more eyeshadow than I normally do. Then I'm going to be putting on false lashes. I wish I was one of those girls that could put on false lashes every day, that like had time or the motivation, but I don't. So we're gonna do that today. I haven't put them on in forever, so we'll see what they look like. But before I got started here, I did do a little bit of my skincare. I've been trying to be better about remembering to do my skincare because a lot of times I'm like such an early rush, or like I forget to do it. But what I have that I feel like makes it super easy is I have this Cover X brush. I actually got this for free when I was working at a makeup store. It was one of our free gifts. But what's cool about it is it has like 3 different wells in it so that you can put your 3 different products in, or however many products in, and then just rub it all around your face like at one time. So I love this because it makes my skincare super easy. And then what I put in it was I put in this Mad Hippie vitamin C serum. This is just something that I started using when I was working at a makeup store because everyone would always come in and ask for it. We also make a travel size, so to me that seemed like it was a really good product, and I've heard really good things about vitamin C brightening, so hopefully it works. I've been using it for probably about the past 2 years. I also put on a little dab of my Differin gel in there. This is one of the only things that's worked for my adult acne because I am allergic to a lot of traditional acne products. I also have just a little bit of acne right now, so I definitely made sure to put this on and take a little bit better care of my skin today. So that is drying on my face right now, so I will go ahead and get into the makeup part of my routine. I don't know where any of my stuff is. So first I am going to put on primer. I was going to try to find my lip plumper so that could dry. So I am putting on my lip plumper. So this is the Too Faced Lip Injection Maximum Plump. I feel like because I've used this for probably like so many years that I don't feel it as much as like probably if it was your first time using it you would. So I don't know how effective it is. I'm sure it's still doing something, but I don't know. I put it on a little bit, even just for like, I guess just pulling a little moisture to my skin. So starting with that so that can do its thing while I do the rest of my face. I am using the same primer that I used in my last video. A lot of this is the same as my last video just because like I don't have a huge variety of stuff. Like I try to not like hoard my makeup as much as possible just so that I don't have like too much stuff. But this is the e.l.f. Hydro Grip Primer. Sorry, I just hit my AirPods that was doing this. But this is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. Sorry, I was thinking of the Milk one. This was be a dupe of the Milk makeup one. But putting this on, one thing about it is you do have to let it dry a little bit for like 30 seconds, which is fine because I don't feel like I move that fast that I'm like layering my makeup on. So 30 seconds between is fine because that's the time it takes me to wet my blending sponge. Hi, welcome to the chat. So I'm just using like a basic blending sponge. Actually, I don't think this is basic. I think this is the actual Beauty Blender brand makeup sponge that like I splurged like 20 bucks on because people like, this is really like so much better than the ones that are like under $5. So I splurged on it. I really think the biggest difference is that I learned to use this sponge wet. I didn't realize you should use these sponges wet, so that definitely helped. I am also using I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's the Uoma by Sharon C. Beauty brand foundation. This is basically like an exact dupe. Well, it's made by the same company, so I don't know if you call it a dupe. Of the Uoma Say What foundations. This is $40 and this one's $15. They're basically made by the same company. Only difference is this one's sold like Ulta and the one that I'm using is sold at Walmart. So may as well save $25 on my foundation because like this will last me like 3 months. And that to me is like a lot of money to spend like $40 every 3 months on foundation. Probably because I wear it every day. So just patting this onto my face here. I feel like I'm more rubbing it in, which I don't think you're supposed to do, but I'm trying to pat, trying to do some patting motions. I feel like I do pick a foundation that's a little bit darker than my natural skin color, just because I do like to fake tan quite a bit. I try not to real tan too much because I know it's bad for your skin, but I do fake tan a little bit, so I do just have a foundation that's just a little bit darker, just so that my face doesn't look super pale compared to my body. Also, when I do my fake tan, I only do it on my body. I don't do it on my face, just because I have pretty sensitive skin. Like, if I do something crazy, like I will get acne, which is annoying. So I've used it on my face once and my face was not happy about it, so I don't fake tan my face anymore. I just figure we do a little shade darker on the face color. I am blending a little bit of this onto my neck just so that it's all a little bit seamless. Okay, we've basically covered the acne. You won't be able to tell from too far away. I'll probably also be wearing a mask for a good portion. Maybe not a good portion, but for potentially a little bit of today, so we'll be okay. Because where I'm at in California, you don't have to wear a mask, but most people are still wearing them. I'm not going to get into that because it's like a little bit of a sensitive topic, but foundation is done. I'm going to go ahead and move on to my pressed powder. Just want to make sure this is like a little bit dry first, but onto my pressed powder. This is the Laura Mercier, well, I guess this isn't a pressed powder, like loose powder. So I'm just using this to set my face here. Okay, I dumped too much in there, but that's okay. I recently saw that they came out with a jumbo size of this powder, so it's like, I think it's like 1.5 times or maybe 2 times as big as this, but you only pay like 1.5 times the price. And I had ordered it from Ulta, and then for some reason they never ended up shipping my order, or it got lost. I don't know what happened, but I never ended up getting it. And so I reached out to them and I was like, hey, I never got this product. And they're like, oh, it's sold out now, but we'll resend the rest of your order. And I was like, well, I had ordered this for that specific product, so I didn't end up getting it, but I do still really want it. So because I feel like I go through this powder pretty quickly and it is like a little bit expensive. Hello to everyone in the chat. But I do feel like this powder is like a little bit pricey. It's just someone just starting out and just out of college, so I do want to get the value size of this eventually. Just try to carefully dump the extra back in here. A lot of people do like a little bit more with their face, like they'll conceal and they'll bake and things, but honestly, I don't have the time or the patience right now to do that, so I'm not gonna do that. But we're just getting it so that the face is set. So that we're set for the day. Next, I'm going to move on to the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation in a powder. I know I already put on liquid foundation, and this is like already like another foundation technically, but I just really like the coverage just because, I don't know, I just really like the coverage. I don't like when my face looks not good. Plus, we do have a little bit of acne here today, so, you know, just do what we can to cover it up. Thank you for the compliment in the chat. I am definitely running out of this product a little bit, but I definitely keep like a big stash of this just because I love this. So I'll buy it like when it's on sale, because like these drugstore brands like L'Oreal, they will like occasionally go on sale, because this is like $15 for this, which like, okay, I guess that's not too bad, but if I can like get it on like a little bit of a sale, I will. Even just like the $3.50 off 15 at Ulta, or sometimes those would be like buy 2 get 1 free or something. I think that's the sale I got this on, was a buy 2 get 1 free, because I literally have like 3 more of these. Like, I love this foundation. I also don't use this foundation. I think like you're supposed to, because it actually, okay, it has like another compartment underneath that has like a little sponge and like a little mirror, but I don't know where the sponge went to this one, but I put it on with a brush. Pretty much all my brushes are Sigma brand, because they are supposedly a good dupe for the MAC brushes, and MAC brushes are definitely a little pricey, and I don't know, I feel like it's probably a good investment. I just haven't made it yet. Speaking of brushes, I'm going to be putting on my bronzer with this. This is the It Cosmetics brush. As you can see, sometimes like when you pay more for things, it's not necessarily better. And this is probably like my fault that it looks like this and it's all like frayed out all crazy. But honestly, like the Morphe brushes that are like probably like a fraction of the price of this, like also get all frayed out. So sometimes you don't need the most expensive brush. I am just putting on just a touch of bronzer. This is the NARS bronzer. I actually really got into this when I had like a little sample size of it and I'm like, wow, this is quite good. So I put this on my Christmas list and someone got this for me. Otherwise, this is definitely another one of those investment things where I'm like, I don't know if I want to make that investment, but I've had this since Christmas, and so there's only just like a little bit of it that's like truly missing, so it's not too bad of a bang for your buck, honestly. So just trying to blend this in a little bit just so it doesn't look too patchy here. That looks sufficient. I'm gonna just put a little bit under the neck so that or not again under my neck, I guess under my chin, so that I have like a little bit more of a defined face shape. So put a little bit around my hairline just so that my head maybe looks less round. I feel like I have a very round head, so just adding maybe a little touch of dimension to it here. Just one last blend and touch up here. I'm gonna move on to my highlighter. I've mentioned this highlighter in previous videos. I really love it. I actually love it so much that I have bought where is my little one? I have their mini one for traveling also. And sometimes like when I was in college and I didn't have enough money to buy the full thing, because I think this is like $40 or like $35. So it's kind of like a big investment up front in college. Like I would just buy like the little mini one. And honestly, if you don't use a lot of highlighter, like even the mini lasts quite a long time. Like I've probably gone on like 2 weeks of vacation and like really you can't even tell that this has been used, but use the full size one here. I'm again using just a Sigma brush. I'm trying just to put this on the highest points of my face just to add just a little, I guess, dimension, just to add a little pizzazz. You can actually really tell, like I just barely brushed this on and it's already quite glowing. And for me, like if I just need a touch of a product for it to work, let's do it. I think like if you're probably to apply this, like if you were to wet the brush or if you were to like spray your face with something before, like it would probably be like a really crazy glow, but I'm really not trying to get a crazy glow today. Just a little, just a touch of glow. I also put just a smidge on the tip of my nose. I don't know why, it pretty much comes off like immediately because like allergy season, I'm just touching my nose constantly, but that's okay. We're starting with it, so it was on my face at one point. We'll all remember this moment. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my eyeshadow next here. So I don't know, one thing that's kind of weird that I do is I will put on my eyeshadow and like basically all my eyes before I do my eyebrows, just because I don't have a lot of eyebrows, so I feel like the more products I have on, I can like kind of see like what shape I want to draw. So we're gonna go ahead and go in with the KVD Beauty Shake Primer. I really like this one because it's like a priming, I guess water is like the better word for it. So it just like soaks right into my eyelids. I've tried like the other primers, like I've used like the Urban Decay one that's like definitely like a cult favorite eyelid primer, but to me, like I just really have to work with that to like get it to blend in. This one is just like a water, so I just put it right on my eyelid and it's good. And now it's basically blended in. I also like that it stays like wet, I guess, for like lack of better word. So like I can just go in and like put my shadows right on top and I feel like I'm getting maximum cover payout. Again, going in here with a Sigma brush, I'm just gonna use like a basic color. Again, this is just like an elevated everyday look. I'm really not someone that does anything crazy with colors either. Like I don't really do like the really bright colors, and I really admire like the guys and gals who do makeup that do bright colors, but to me, I don't think I have the skills, and I don't even know if they look good on me. I mean, they probably would, but I don't want to find out the hard way that they don't. And I just don't feel like I have the skills. Like I feel like I just kind of like put things on And I'm like, well, that looks sufficient enough, and my fake lashes will cover it. So I'm going in, this is like the Tarte Baby Bloom palette. I really like it because it's all just like really like truly like everyday colors. Like nothing in here is that wild. Like you could wear all these to like my office job. I do it remotely, so no one really cares what I look like, but it would still be professional on Zoom. So I'm just going in here. I'm just really just putting it all over my eyelids. There's something. I'm sure there's more of a method to this madness I should be doing, but I'm just swiping it all over my lid here just so we've got a little something going on. And then I'm going to go in with another Sigma brush. I don't know if you're noticing pattern, but I really like Sigma brushes. I'm just going to go in with a little bit under the eye. I used to not go in with it under my eye, but I feel like it just makes like a little bit of a difference just for like cohesion of the look. And I do feel like it like feels like it looks like I put some more time and effort into this. So I don't know. I guess you can't really tell from here, but this one has it underneath and this one doesn't. So I don't know. I feel like that makes a little bit of a difference. I don't know. At least to me. It's how you feel about yourself at the end of the day. So just going in with a little bit under the eye. People that really spend time doing makeup, they'll go in and clean all this up with concealer. I'm not one of those people. I think it looks fine as is. We're rolling with it. And then finally, we're going to do just like a little pop of lid color. I think I'm going to go in this kind of gold color here. Just on the middle portion, just a little bit. Sorry, the camera's like so far away from the mirror, like I can't really see. I guess I can turn you guys this way when I use my side mirror so you can still kind of see everything. But just put a little bit of this on, and then I'm going to do just a little brighter color on the inner corner. I'm also really bad about touching my eyes a lot during the day. So a lot of times like I'll do like a really cute inner corner and then I'll like try to take pictures right after because I know I'm going to end up rubbing it off my eyes. So just went in with a gold color here, and then I'm going to go in with just like a brighter kind of inner color here. This actually came out pretty nice. Not gonna lie. I think I did a pretty decent job here today. Just going with a little inner corner. This side always looks better than the other side. I don't know why, but it does. Okay, and just a smidge more here. I feel like this eye I'm like, oh, we're just gonna put just a touch more inner corner, and then it ends up being too much. It's too crazy. Okay, I think we'd rather go with slightly undone than overdone. So I'm gonna call this good here. That's sufficient. Looks close enough. Looks similar enough. Okay, great. Eyes are done. Well, I guess they're not done. Eyeshadow is done. Let me clarify. Okay, now we're gonna move into a line. I'm gonna try to do a thin line here. I feel like I have a really bad habit of doing too thick of a line. I end up looking kind of like a scene kid, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like I don't have a lot of eyelids, so it's just like a little bit much. This is the KVD tattoo liner. I like this one because it's waterproof, and also it's like one of like the truest black liners. Like it will like it stays very black. It's not like gray or anything. If you're like into makeup or you've seen quite a bit of eyeliners, you know there's like a difference. Like eyeliners that do go on like truly like black, like they're like really pigmented black, and then the ones that are just kind of like eh. I feel like this one's like a pretty good one for the price. I've used a couple other ones, but this one's definitely my favorite. I'm gonna turn this sideways a little bit here, just so I can see in my mirror what the heck I'm doing. I think I can turn you guys. My whole setup's falling. I can turn you guys this way so you can kind of see. I guess you can see like the back of my head as I do this. But I do pull my eyelid just so that hopefully I get like a little bit of a thinner line. Okay, I can already tell this is a smidge thick, but that's okay. We're gonna put on lashes, so I guess I don't really need this anyway. Okay, I did much better on this eye, bummer. Okay, oh, I'm missing a piece. Fill that back in. Okay. All right, fantastic. That's done. Oh no, everything's falling that I set up here. Okay. eyeliner's done. I feel like I did a thin enough line. That's sufficient. And since I'm going to do false lashes, I'm just going to put on like a little bit of mascara just so that you can't tell the difference as much between my fake lashes and my real lashes. I'm just going in with, this is the Pacifica Vegan Collagen Lash Serum Plus Primer. I think really any lash primer is probably sufficient. They all do about the same thing. I just like this one because when I was working at a makeup store, this one was always sold out. And I thought, well, this is always sold out. It must be pretty good, right? And I don't know, it's got collagen in it, so may as well, you know, get a little serum in there while we can. Again, as I've mentioned in other videos, I don't know if you're necessarily supposed to let it dry or if, like, you're just supposed to go in. So I guess on one eye, it's dried a little bit, and then on the other eye, not so much. Does the lash primer make a huge difference? I don't know, but hopefully it's strengthening my lashes a little bit. I'm just going to go in here with just a little bit of mascara because I am going to put on lashes. So, oops, okay. No, it didn't get on my face. Oh, no, it did. Okay, bummer. I do under eye mascara just a little bit just because I like that look. Oh my gosh, I'm like getting this on my face. But some people like it, some people don't. I'm one of those people that does like it. And this mascara is one of my favorites for doing my under eyes just because I feel like sometimes like it can be too much. Like it just looks like too much, or I don't really feel like the mascara is doing anything for me. So this is the Urban Decay Perversion mascara. This is the travel size. I feel like for some reason I got really into using travel sized ones. I feel like just because then the mascara doesn't dry out. I feel like sometimes when I buy a full mascara, it will get kind of dry and then I have to go in with some contact solution and fix it. But okay, I definitely just messed up where my contact is because I cannot see anymore. But yeah, I'm a big travel size mascara proponent just because, okay, probably in the long run it's not cheaper to use, but when you're actually buying it does feel cheaper. And plus, like, they do last a while. And if you just want to try out a formula, it's the best way to do it. So you're committing to a whole mascara that you might not end up liking, because mascara lasts like freaking forever, I feel like. I feel like in my lifetime, like I really have like, I don't know if I've ever fully used a mascara, honestly. It just lasts forever. I think maybe once. I think when I had the full size of this, I think I did end up using the full thing. Okay, I definitely put on more mascara than I needed for someone's putting on false lashes. That's okay. I'm now going to attempt to draw in some eyebrows for myself. I am using Morphe pencil first, draw like a little outline. I'm going to go in with gel. To me, this is just the easiest way for me to do my brows, just because I don't have that much eyebrow. So for me, it helps for me to like draw in like kind of like a shape that I want first and then go in and fill it in. And then I just touch them up so they look a little bit more symmetrical. I did originally buy all of this in like a kit, like Ulta sells like a kit for your eyebrows. And so that's how I got into both of these products. When I did buy the kit, I was using a different color, but that's okay. I tried this color, I think on accident, and I was like, oh, it's actually the better brow color for me. I went a little lighter instead of darker. I also used to dye my hair blonde quite a bit. It's still like a little blonde at the bottom, but I used to do like the full thing was blonde, so it just kind of made sense for me to do like a lighter eyebrow, and so I still just do like a little bit of a lighter eyebrow. Also, because natural brows are more in now, so it also just makes more sense for me to use a more natural color here. Okay, these are looking decent. I feel like we're looking decently symmetrical today. I guess we'll see when I stop touching it, and they're probably not symmetrical at all. We're working on it. I'm definitely not the best person with my brows, but I gotta put something on my face every day, so we gotta work with what we got. I've probably been doing my eyebrows, at least in some capacity, like some sort of everyday capacity, probably for like 10 or 12 years. and I just haven't really gotten better at doing it. But that's okay. I think I can do it well enough. These are not the same, but it's okay. We're working through it. Okay, that helped maybe a smidge. I also have been trying to do my eyebrows like thinner and not like as crazy thick. Just because I feel like that looks a little bit better on me. I'm going to go in with the gel, just fill in these wonderful lines that I drew. There's definitely people who spend a lot more time on this and they do try to like mimic the hair strokes and all that. The only thing I really do is I try to put more product at the end, in the middle of my brow. Okay, I already am not loving these, but that's okay. Then I do at the front. Okay, I'm gonna have to go in with a Q-tip and probably clean this up a little bit, but that's okay. It looks not bad. I do hate going in with Q-tips to clean it up though, just because I feel like it just take off my other makeup and then I have to go back in and redo it. But that's okay. If it looks a little lighter under my brow, that's all right. Okay, that looks sufficient. But yeah, now it took off a bunch of my face makeup. I'm not gonna redo it though. I'm just gonna roll with it. Well, I might. It looks okay. Just finished putting a little color in here. To this one, yeah, these are not the same eyebrow on each side, but that's okay. I just try to apply like a little bit of like lighter pressure to the front, just so that it has some color, but it's not like as crazy heavy. Okay, they look okay. They look all right. Not the best job I've ever done in my life, but it's okay. I'm just gonna go in. This is actually Anastasia Beverly Hills. I used to use those eyebrow products, but honestly, they just got very expensive. And I use a lot of freaking eyebrow products, so I just use the brush from her just to like feather out the front a little bit. So that is done. Just put on like a little bit of eyebrow gel just so that like I feel like, again, like I rub my eyes like quite a bit, unfortunately, so just keep my eyebrows in place a little bit here. This is the NYX Control Freak. Again, I feel like I kind of knew what a lot of the best sellers were at the makeup store I worked at when I worked there, just because I would like do a lot of the restocking and I would just see what people were buying. And this was something I feel like people bought like fairly regularly. There's definitely more expensive versions of this, like an Anastasia makes one. I think Benefit makes one, but honestly, the NYX is just fine. One of my favorite ones I ever used that I feel like was like basically like hair gel, not like hair gel, but I feel like hairspray like for my eyebrows basically, was actually the one that came in the Morphe eyebrow kit, but I don't think you can buy it separately anymore. At least you couldn't at the time when I was using the kit. So like when I ran out of it, I'm like, oh, I don't want to rebuy the whole kit. But that was one of my favorite ones. It had like really firm hold. This one is like decent with the hold. I feel like I am going to set my face before I put on my lashes, just because I do, when I have the time and the patience, I do like to fan my setting spray just a little bit because it dries better. I just feel like on an everyday basis, I don't have the time or the patience to do this, but we'll just help this dry a little bit here. I actually got this fan when I was on a trip to China. I actually got this on the Great Wall of China because, at least on this section of the Great Wall of China, oh God, I got too excited about the Great Wall of China. But like on this section, at least of the Great Wall of China that I went to, they had like a gift shop like randomly there, and they had this here, and so I have like super basic photos of me like with like a fan like in the Great Wall. But it was actually a really cool trip because I'm half Chinese, so it was just cool to get like in touch with that side of my heritage. And I went with my grandfather, who, even though like I'm 4th generation Chinese and he never grew up in China, it was just like exciting just to kind of go back to like our home country, like where like his parents were from and things. So that is done. I'm now going to move on to the lashes. Actually, I'm gonna wipe off my lip primer here. a little bit. I'm just gonna use that towel. That towel's kind of gross, so I'm gonna just use this cotton pad. These are reusable cotton pads. I feel like when I was better about doing my skincare, I would put on a primer every day. Not a primer. I put on a toner every day, and I'd go through so many cotton pads. It was like kind of crazy. I was like, this seems kind of wasteful. So I bought the reusable ones. I want to say they're from Kitsch. I got them from Ulta. But they're really good. You just pop these in the washing machine, and they wash pretty clean. Like, I used to like take my makeup off with these. So they're pretty good. I never show it, but I do take my makeup off with, I have like a couple of these different, okay, these are both from e.l.f., but there's a couple brands that make these like sponges. They're kind of like the makeup eraser towels, but like these little pads. I think I have the face halo ones, and the e.l.f. ones. The e.l.f. ones I don't like as much because they're white, and it like panics me every time to like take off my makeup with them because they get like so like scary. But like honestly, as you can see, like they wash pretty clean every time, so I don't know why I panic every time, but pretty good. The face halo ones and the e.l.f. ones are honestly about the same. Like I would say, like unless you're like a really crazy person about like brands and like the brandsy things, just get the e.l.f. ones. But I'm now going to put on, I just put on my lip primer, by the way. I love this lip primer just because I feel like it adds like a little bit like extra like, I don't know, like moisture to my lips like after the plumper. So this is the MAC Prep and Prime. That's probably like the third or fourth one that I've gone through. So I really like that one. I am going to go in with, I wear fake lashes so rarely. Most of my lashes I wear are from Ardell. They do have one expensive set of lashes. Oh, they got all dirty. I do have my one nice splurge pair of lashes. I'm not like big splurger on lashes just because I'm like, you can only reuse them so many times until they're not good anymore. Like I will go through and like pull the eyelash glue off of them so I can reuse them more times. But the nicest pair of lashes I have is these velour ones. This is called Worst Behavior. Honestly, I think these are like $30 or something, which to me was like kind of crazy. So the majority of my lashes are Ardell. I honestly don't even know which lashes these are because like I usually buy like big multi-packs, like particularly the double wispies. And then I'll just like the ones that I'm using, like I'll just put in like one of these singular ones, like from whichever packaging. Oh yeah, I do really like the double up ones, but I feel like I just use like just the regular wispies. I don't know what these are, but these look a little bit more natural, so we're gonna put these ones on. I'm also using the Ardell Duo black glue just because I feel like then it like blends in a little bit more with my eyeliner. I'm gonna try to get my lashes to stick together with this like lash tool. I tried to use this for like lash extensions when I was doing my own lash extensions. This was like supposedly easier to like fix the extension to like your natural lash. So we'll try that for these. But here we go with, I don't know what lashes these are, but I'm gonna put them on with just like my regular tweezers. And I don't know, just hope they look okay. I'm gonna try to do just a thin layer of the glue here, just so I don't have to wait forever for it to dry. I do try to let this dry down as much as possible. I guess not as much as possible. I definitely could be more patient, but give it like 20 seconds maybe. It's probably less than that. But I do blow on them a little bit just so that the glue gets a little bit tackier. I am going to flip the camera around a little bit just so that like I can see. Sorry, I'm definitely not professional, so I do need to see like a little bit here. We're gonna try that. We're gonna see if that's good. Honestly, I don't do this any sort of special way. I kind of just plunk them on my eye and then try to just get it to look okay. Oh no, the lash is sticking to my tweezer. Don't do that. Okay. Alright, that looks sufficient. I'm going to try to bind these with my natural lashes with this lash tool and hope I don't just like take them off. Okay, that is what I'm doing. This was not the move. Oh, this lash was on my face and now I gotta put this back. Oh, okay, I can definitely see the spot where I got mascara on my face as well. Just try to set this down, particularly the inner corner, because I feel like that's where I get the most pop-up is there. Okay, these lashes are actually, they're like fairly natural. I mean, the lighting in here is not like the best, but I feel like they're fairly natural. I mean, I don't know, define natural. They're like an elevated natural. This is like an elevated everyday look that I'm going for. Kind of a funny story here while I put glue on my other lash. I feel like I was wearing lashes like these. So like these are my normal lashes. This is like the fake lash. So like it's not crazy. But it was funny because when I was working at the makeup store, this lady came in and she was like, she's like, I'm looking for mascara. And she looks at me and she's like, yeah, like which one are you wearing? That's really good. And I was like, oh, these are fake lashes. I was like, but like I can tell you which one I'm wearing like underneath. And I think like she thought she was gonna like get the fake lash look from a mascara. I think because like they do look like fairly natural, but I still feel like they do definitely look fake. But you know, it'd be nice if there was a mascara that just, you know, gave us that fake lash look. Okay, I don't know if I did the best gluing job on this, but that's okay. Just again blowing on this so it dries down like a little bit before I put this on. Okay, and I'm just gonna place and then just like adjust accordingly. I think I cut these lashes down so that they would fit my smaller eyes better, and I'm not sure that I cut these symmetrically. That's okay. Sorry, I'm not talking. I'm trying to like focus on putting my dang eyelashes on my face. This looks sufficient. Hopefully these stay on my face. So far, so good. But, oh no, everything I said fell down. But so far, so good. I feel like it looks like just like a little extra with the lashes. So I'm gonna keep this box for later when I get tired. I am going to put on a little bit of lipstick. Again, this is KVD. I use a lot of KVD products. I know she's like kind of controversial, but that's okay. A lot of this stuff is vegan if that's something that's important to you. But I just feel like this is like a super natural color. This is the Double Dare color. I think this is like the second time I've bought this lip color. But I feel like it looks really natural, like especially if I'm gonna be wearing a mask. I don't want like this lip color smearing all over the place, so I feel like during the day as I eat, like it doesn't look as obvious because it's like a little bit more of a natural color. I do my lipstick, I try to like smile just to make sure it looks like symmetrical-ish. I used to do a lip liner. I don't do it anymore because I'm lazy, but it will make a difference. I just go in with lipstick. I do feel like I go a little outside where my natural lips are. Just a little bit. looks good, looks symmetrical enough. And then in terms of hair, honestly, I air dried my hair the last time I washed it, so like it's pretty straight. It's relatively straight. I'm not mad at it. Just gonna fix my part here a little bit, and maybe we'll go in with a little dry shampoo later. But I'm just gonna put a little bit of hair oil on it. I've recently started using the Verb Ghost Oil. I feel like it does go relatively quick because I do put this on my hair every day, but just like one pump, just put it on my ends just so that flyaways are down a little bit. My hair is just like a little bit softer and shinier. I did go through TSA one time at the airport, and they're like, your hair is so shiny. Like after I put this on, and I was like, wow, I need to put this on more often now, but hey, it does have that little bit of shine. Gotta do what you gotta do. My hair is greasy though, so I really only try to put it on like the ends of my hair. But yeah, I think this is the finished look. This is how I'm gonna go out for the day. I'm obviously not gonna wear my pajama pants. I'm gonna try to put on something cute. It is starting to turn into spring here in California, so it's starting to get like a little bit warm. But thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed my kind of elevated everyday makeup look.